What's your day looking like?
Whether you're picking your battles or you're drawing up war plans for the weekend, I'm glad you joined me for another episode of Coffee with Dubs. Come on in.
All right, that work week is officially over, and I gotta tell you, there's a weird kind of relief that comes with finally hitting that point where your brain stops counting how many alarms are left before the next shift. Like, your whole nervous system finally unclenches for 5 minutes and goes, oh, right, we survived another one, because this week was a lot. Not catastrophic, not dramatic, just heavy in the way adult life tends to be heavy now. Work schedules, responsibilities, medical routines, and trying to stay mentally present while juggling 1,000 invisible things that pile on top of people throughout the week. And somewhere inside all that noise, trying to hold on to creativity inside of myself too.
And honestly, I know I'm not alone in this. I know a lot of you are out there carrying dreams quietly in the background while life practically demands everything from you first. You've got passions, ideas, projects, and goals, but by the time the work week gets done, chewing through your energy, sometimes all you've got left is enough motivation to stare at a wall, microwave some leftovers, and that's real life sometimes.
But today's different because today's my day off, and I think there's something important about saying that out loud without immediately apologizing for it, because somewhere along the line, people started treating rest like laziness instead of maintenance. Like, if you're not consistently producing something every second of the day, you're somehow wasting time. Meanwhile, even machines overheat and you shut them down, don't you?
And that's part of why I made today's video, because while I do have some medical stuff going on with appointments and your usual stuff in my time off, there's also something genuinely exciting happening in my life. I'm finally beginning the priming process for that giant 7x3 coloring project. And honestly, it feels huge to me because it's not finished, not because people are finally going to see the final vision tomorrow, but because it means the thing officially moves from an idea in my head to physical reality. And that matters because people only see the polished stuff online, the finished art, the reveal, that final product. But they rarely talk about that preparation stage, the slow parts, that beginning that's awkward where you're just building foundations before anything impressive even exists yet. But foundations matter. Primer matters. Planning, rest, recovery, it's all important because you can't build something meaningful while running yourself completely into the ground every week. And I think that's something I'm finally starting to learn instead of just preaching about it.
There's a difference between being productive and being consumed. One builds your life, the other slowly drains it. So, this weekend isn't about disappearing from responsibility completely. It's about reconnecting with the parts of myself that the work week survival mode doesn't always leave room for. Creativity, reflection, ideas. The slower parts of life that remind me I'm still a person outside of my obligations.
Because purpose doesn't only live in the hustle. Sometimes it lives in recovery too. And sometimes the most important thing you can do is step back long enough to gather your energy before stepping into that next chapter. And honestly, I think a lot of us need to hear that reminder today because you don't need to earn rest by completely destroying yourself first. You do need to let yourself not feel guilty for slowing down. And just because your progress has been quiet lately doesn't mean nothing important is going on in your life. Because at the end of the day, responsibility should support your life. It shouldn't replace it. And if nobody reminded you lately, you're allowed to be a person while handling your responsibilities. You're allowed to rest before you completely break down. And you're allowed to protect your peace before burnout makes that decision for you. And maybe learning how to carry responsibility without abandoning yourself in the process, that's the real balance we've been looking for all along.
And if that brew's a little dark for you, come on back tomorrow for Coffee with Dubs and try again. I'm out.